15-2, and all in, and away they go. And fast out of the stalls towards the centre was Corn Charm, and up on the outside, Siberian Express away very quickly indeed. The back marker in the early part of the race is Nazar, but it's Siberian Express who is making the running from Corn Charm, with Superlative in third, then Gran Senor, the favourite, a very close fourth on the inside rails. And at the end of a furlong and a half, it's still Siberian Express making it, with Corn Charm in second, then Gran Senor and Superlative. After these comes Rainbow Quest, then Chelkov making a little ground, and with Siberian Express for France still in the lead, back to Graham.
Tracked by Gran Senor, with Superlative coming up on the outside of Corn Charm. That's to pick it on Chelkov, getting a little bit closer. Ministerio next to the rails. On the outside of that one is Nasser. The back markers include Harvard, and also towards the rear is Black Spat. They come down to the point 2.5 furlongs from home. Next to the rails, Siberian Express now being joined by Gran Senor, who's going very sweetly indeed, but up on the very wide outside, Superlative and Rainbow Quest throw down a challenge. Ministerio just in behind these. It's a 5-horse race. I've got a furlong and a half to go, and Gran Senor strikes and goes for home. Pat Edery committed a furlong to go, gives the horse the whip. He's staying on well, but here comes Rainbow Quest, and it's Gran Senor from Rainbow Quest, and these two drawing clear from the Frenchman in third, coming up towards the line. Gran Senor is going to win it by a length at the line. Gran Senor from Rainbow Quest. Then came Siberian Express and Superlative and Ministerial and Harvard. A big gap there to Nasser and Chelkov and Black Spout, and the back marker was Corn Charm.
1984, 2,000 guineas. Nearest to us, the Frenchman, Bountiful, but away they go to a pretty level break, except for Rainbow Quest, who was a little slow, and Chief Singer, surprisingly, was also just a little slow to leave the stalls. But Native Charmer, one of the first to go on with Lear Fan. Then right under these standside rails for France is Bountiful. Right over on the outside come Kraken Score, being tracked by Kings Island and then Keen. But on the near side, it's Lear Fan who's pulled his way into the lead. A furlong and a half behind them now in the 2,000 guineas, and it's Lear Fan who leads from Native Charmer in second. Then Rainbow Quest, who's made up that ground, into third. Four is Kraken Score. Then after these on the outside comes Keen, tracking the leaders with the white cap. That's Gran Senor. 3 furlongs behind them now, and it's still Lear Fan and Brian Rouse who continue to make the running in the 2,000 guineas, followed by Steve Perks and Native Charmer. These are 1 and 2. Kraken Score comes next, then Rainbow Quest, then the favourite Gran Senor, and back to Graham.
The favourite, Gran Senor, 3 from the right of the picture, as Lear Fan goes for home. Here comes Gran Senor coming through on the inside of Native Charmer. Kraken Score, Leicester on the outside on Keen, coming with a run. Chief Singer is trying to come with a run, but it's Lear Fan from Gran Senor. Rainbow Quest, Keen on the very wide outside. Chief Singer going very easily indeed, coming through next to the rails. The 4-horse race is developing into a 5-horse race as Lear Fan is joined on the rails by Chief Singer on the outside by Gran Senor. Keen is beaten, Rainbow Quest is beaten. They've got a furlong to go. It's Gran Senor and Chief Singer. The race developing into a match between these two. Gran Senor from Chief Singer. Gran Senor lengthening his stride, coming away from Chief Singer. Gran Senor's going to win it. Gran Senor clear at the line. Gran Senor is the winner. Chief Singer is second. Lear Fan third. Rainbow Quest 4. Keen 5. Bountiful 6. Kraken Core 7. Kings Island 8th. Last is Native Charmer. And so Pat Edery has had time in the final half furlong to give his horse a pat down the neck, because he has won this fantastic race in superb fashion, owned by Mr. Robert Sangster, trained in Ireland by Vincent O'Brien, bred by E.P. Taylor in the United States of America, ridden by Pat Edery, giving Vincent O'Brien his 38th European Classic victory. There he is, the winner, Gran Senor.
If Gran Senor really can be the super horse that many people are believing. Here he is, just on his toes. He cut his nostril during the night. He cut himself on a bucket. He bled a bit, but he's perfectly right. This morning, Vincent O'Brien told me. But nonetheless, it was a little bit of a scare. But he is some racehorse, this. And many of us hope that we're going to see a real super champion winning the Derby this afternoon. 2 people watching him are John Oaksey and Joe Mercer.
There he is, the hot favourite, Gran Senor, unbeaten in 6 races and a deeply impressive winner last time out of the General Accident 2,000 guineas. Let's see that memorable triumph. And here comes Pat Edery to challenge Lear Fan. As he does so, Chief Singer over on the far rails also comes up to Lear Fan. Gran Senor going very easily. You'll see Pat Edery looks over, and now he shakes him up because he's seen how well Chief Singer is going. But just look at the acceleration he's found. He's not only leaving Chief Singer, he's left Lear Fan. Well, if at the end of a mile and a half he can reproduce, that kind of acceleration, the Derby is as good as in the form book. But, and it's a big but, a mile is the furthest he's ever galloped. There you can have a look at his nose. I don't think we'll be able to see the very small scar on it, and I'm full of hope that it won't make the slightest bit of difference. Vincent O'Brien, who's trained 6 Derby winners, 2 of them by El Gran Senor's sire, Northern Dancer, is convinced that he will stay. Pat Edery is also convinced. He has a wonderful temperament. I think he'll get a mile and a half, and if he does, as I say, the Derby is as good as in the form book. Number 9, El Gran Senor.
On it is now, because you at home, off-course money has come for 3 horses, Claude Monet, Ilium and Elegant Air.
And just waiting for Alpha Betium to go into the start for the ever-ready Derby. Just a thought, if El Gran Senor wins at today's values, he'll be worth 12 times his weight in gold. We're going to watch pure gold minted. They're under orders, and they're away. Northern Fred on the inside, breaks in the very early stages, is up on the outside, Cataldi, and also up with the Matalak, and at this stage, the favourite, El Gran Senor, is in the mid-division. So they settle down, and it's now Cataldi who goes on. Cataldi from Matalak, then Sassanoko and Ilium, and on the near side comes Northern Fred, then Claude Monet. The favourite settled well in the mid-division at this stage, towards the rear, Sheer Heights, Mighty Flutter, also towards the rear, Long Pond, K2 and My Volga Boatman. But as they run through the first furlong, it's Cataldi in the lead, from Matalak in second, then Sassanoko, Northern Fred, Ilium, then on the outside comes Telios. Behind Telios is Claude Monet, and behind Claude Monet races El Gran Senor, and Lester Pickle and Alpha Betium with him. It's Cataldi, his pacemaker, who leads. Cataldi in the lead from, in second place, Matalak, then Northern Fred third. These are followed by, in fourth place, Telios, and behind Telios comes Sassanoko. Claude Monet makes ground on the outside of him. The favourite El Gran Senor is on the outside of the group. Alpha Betium is tracking him. They're coming towards the halfway stage, and it's Matalak on the outside of Cataldi, then Northern Fred and Telios and Claude Monet, and Pat Edery cruising in behind them. Eligadair makes ground on the outside. Matalak in the lead, and they're looking round there, and it looks as if K2's in distress, and it's Matalak in the lead. Matalak from, in second place, Northern Fred, then Telios, then comes Claude Monet, and behind Claude Monet is Ilium, then comes Eligadair, then El Gran Senor, 5 furlongs to go, and it's Matalak in the lead from Telios in second, then Northern Fred third, Claude Monet fourth, El Gran Senor is in 5th place on the outside of Ilium. They begin the sweep round Chattenham Corner, and it's Matalak in the lead from Telios in second place, then Claude Monet third, El Gran Senor is in 4th place. These are followed by Eligadair, just over 3 to go, and it's Matalak in the lead. Matalak with Lester Biggin on the extreme left of the picture at about 9th place, 2.5 to go, and it's Matalak in the lead from Telios. Then on the outside comes Secreto making ground, but look at El Gran Senor, he's absolutely cruising. They've got 2.5 furlongs to go. Matalak 2 to go, 1.5 to go. Pat Edery is looking round for dangers. Secreto on the outside is his danger. The rest are like whirling dervishes. It's Pat Edery sitting still, but he's after quicker now. It's El Gran Senor and Secreto inside the final furlong. El Gran Senor and Secreto. El Gran Senor and Secreto. Mighty Fellow's going to be third. El Gran Senor and Secreto. It's a digging on the back of the line. El Gran Senor and Secreto at the line. It's Secreto from El Gran Senor. Then Mighty Fellow's Matalak, Alpha Betium. Then Telios and Lompond and K2. Then Sheer Heights and Ilium and Pigwidgeon. Then came Eligadair. Behind Eligadair was Claude Monet, who didn't stay. My Volga Boatman, Sassanoko, Northern Fred. Then the back marker was Cataldi. And so the outcome of this ever-ready derby, it's a photo finish, a photo in devastating style between the O'Brien team. The O'Brien team of number 20, Secreto, owned by Mr. Luigi.
Are off, and then they break with the Dewhurst along the inside, and Turn-of-Us gone up now. Long Pond just in behind, and then Dewhurst and Rainbow Quest, and after Rainbow Quest comes Mart Song, Gran Senor, Inflation Beater, and Nino Valador. And as they settle down now, and it is Telios in the lead, along the right there in the yellow is Long Pond, just in behind him comes Dewhurst, then with the blinkers Mart Song, and his outside El Gran Senor, and then Inflation Beater back in there behind, and then Nino Valador back at the end of the field as they stretch out now on the far side of the Curragh, and it's Telios out there in front, and Long Pond is in second, and third is Rainbow Quest, and then after that comes Dewhurst, and then comes El Gran Senor just behind these, and these are drawing away now from the rest, and the rest brought up by Mart Song, Inflation Beater, and Nino Valador. Up in the lead now and making the pace a hot one with 7 furlongs to go, and it is Telios in the lead, Long Pond, Rainbow Quest going well in the third place. In fourth place there is Dewhurst. In fifth El Gran Senor, just going along nice and snugly there as they go up the hill now towards the 6 furlong marker, and as they do, Telios is in the lead, and second place is Long Pond, and third place is Rainbow Quest, and then comes Dewhurst, and then comes El Gran Senor, and one would think he would want to be making an improvement now as they race down the hill. It is still these pair up in front with Long Pond gone up to join Telios, and these two together. Rainbow Quest is next, then Dewhurst, and then El Gran Senor, but no great pressure has been put on him yet. He's still cruising in there behind. He has made some ground, and now they turn into the straight with 3 furlongs to race, and Telios and Long Pond the leaders as they turn into the straight, then Rainbow Quest, and then on the outside and making ground on the outside is Dewhurst, and then behind them is El Gran Senor beginning to cruise up now, but it's Rainbow Quest who's hit the front. They've got under 2 furlongs to race now, and Rainbow Quest is in the lead, and here comes El Gran Senor. He's cruising right up now, and Steve Cawthon doing everything with Rainbow Quest, and on the near side is El Gran Senor, and here he comes racing away. Yes, El Gran Senor has won. Viva El Gran Senor as he goes past the post in a canter. Dewhurst is third.
And the full starting price on the Joe McGrath